Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Hope that you are doing well and hope that you're feeling well today. Hope that everyone is doing okay. Today we're going to listen to the band Bush. We're going to listen to this track, Headful of Ghost. This is off of their fourth studio album, Golden State, which was released in 2001. We're listening to this because this was suggested. This was sponsored by Eric. So Eric, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you so much for the support as well. And when it comes to Bush, I actually am familiar with like their hits. Glycerin, know that one. Machine Head, know that one. I'm looking at their top tracks here on Spotify. Come Down doesn't look familiar, at least. And nothing else necessarily looks familiar as I look at their top tracks. So I know those two songs and nothing else from the band. But let us go ahead and dive in with a Head Full of Ghost. Talk about a headache. We'll talk about it after. Here we go. Nice fuzzy tone.
I stand around at American weddings. I stand around for family. At my best when I'm terrorist inside. At my best when it's all me. I was there when they took all the people. I was alone in a mental ravine. You breathe life when you break the walls down. You breathe life when you set me free. Where is my head? Where are my bones? Why are my days so far from home? Where is my head? Where are my bones? Can you save me from myself? Can you save me from myself?
This is that early 2000s sound. Ghostly guitar in the back.
In the slipstream of my possibilities, I got the boat so we don't drown. These are the days that'll slip down the middle. No words to calm me down. Be sure that what you dream of won't come to hunt you out. Where is my head? Where are my bones? Why are my days so far from? Where is my head? Where are my bones? How come we get so lost? Ghostman. Where is my head? Where are my bones? Can you save me from myself? Can you save me from myself? I stand around at American weddings. I stand around for family. At my best when I'm terrorist inside. At my best when it's all me. Ghostman. How come we get so lost? Ghostman. Where is my head? Where are my bones? Can you save me from myself? Can you save me from myself? Where is my head? Where are
See, for me, this is like right in that era of music when I was actually starting to really pay attention to music. And when I wasn't just listening to my parents' music or music that was around me, but like I was taking in music for myself that I wanted to listen to. And this is like right in that particular era. Can I show you guys, as a small aside, the first album I ever bought myself was Trust Company, The Lonely Position of Neutral. Like I said, this is very much right in this era. 2002 was the release date, and this was the song Downfall. And like this sound, right? I'm skipping ahead.
So deep, it gets the best of me.
So like you can hear that, like, you know, relating it back to Bush, this kind of sound was the music that I was really making, you know, for myself. You know, like I said, when you're a kid and you're starting to grow up, you of course eventually begin to gravitate and move towards music that you want to listen to, not just, you know, what people around are kind of listening to, and you just kind of hear it secondary. So, you know, coming back to Bush with Golden State and with this track, this is exactly that sound that, like, I have a nostalgic kind of feel for. Even though I haven't heard the song before, it's still nostalgic just because it has that early 2000s, like I said, kind of alt rock sound that I surrounded myself with tons of. You know, this, and I didn't listen to a ton, but like Three Doors Down, and I was more into like the new metal Linkin Park and Korn and Slipknot and that kind of thing. But yeah, I think that this is a really cool song that tickles that particular funny bone in my musical body. And lead singer, that's Gavin Rossdale. I really like his voice here, and he has kind of this interesting voice, and I'm thinking of not only this track, but Glycerin as well, where he has like a rough, almost a southern a southern rock kind of style in his voice with a little bit of that dirt. But at the same time, he can kind of smooth it up just a little bit, and he kind of rides that particular line between his version of smooth and that kind of more gritty rock, kind of smoke and coal kind of voice, which I think works really well, of course, in music like this, whether it's grunge, alt rock, or somewhere in between or somewhere outside of that. And I think that this is nonetheless the same. Nigel Pulsford on the lead guitar. And I like how beneath the chords of the rhythm guitar, you hear, just like it's called a head full of ghosts, you know, you hear those kind of ghostly chords and leads kind of pitching up, pitching down beneath the music. And it kind of gives it that eerie kind of fog-like covering the ground kind of quality, which works really well nicely. And then Dave Parsons playing the bass and drums, you know, those are fine. But I really like the vocals and the guitar style here. Now, can I look at this from a near objective point of view and say that, does the song do anything different or excel past a certain stratosphere of other music around the same time? And because I listen to a lot of it, no, it sits very comfortably in what it's trying to do. It doesn't excel in any respect. You know, there's no singular element in here that's just like amazing, but it's a good listen. And especially for me, this is a near nostalgic listen, if you will. And I'm fine with that. Not everything needs to excel in some way. Sometimes you just want to just relax. I stand around at American weddings. I stand around for family. At my best when I'm terrorist inside. At my best when it's all me. I was there when you took all the people. I was alone in a mental ravine. You breathe life when you break the walls down. You breathe life when you set me free. So I feel like this is he said, you know, the title of the track is Headful of Ghosts. This is the internal him, his mind, right? He's standing around in all these different situations, at weddings, for family gatherings. He says, I'm a terrorist inside. You breathe life when you break those walls down and release this proverbial person inside. You breathe life when you set me free. Where is my head? Where are my bones? Where are my days so far? Or why are my days so far from home? Where is my head? Where are my bones? Can you save me from myself? So there's almost an internal struggle versus an external struggle, right? And the chorus acts as, I guess you could say, not the subliminal. Is that just the liminal? what's the, like, you have, like, I guess you could say, like, your surface level thinking and your surface level personality, but he's kind of being pulled down by this internal struggle, this internal fight this head full of ghosts. And the chorus is that surface him trying to stay head above water, so to speak. Free-thinking renegade social, Mr. Moon, a man now, in a slipstream of my possibilities. I got a boat so we don't drown. These are the days that we split down the middle. No words to calm me down. I'll be sure that what you dream of won't come to hunt you out. It's an interesting line. I'll be sure that what you dream of won't come out to hunt you out. Like there's a mental guard. Dreaming reaches into that subliminal. And hopefully that won't come out to do damage to him in a sense. Or perhaps change his personality, in a sense, hunting him down and overtaking who he is. All right. Why are my days so far from home? Ghost man, where's my head? Now he inserts ghost man in there. I stand around American weddings, I said that already, at my best when it's on me. And then it repeats from there. That's what I think. I think of it as a mental struggle, not necessarily between the good part of you and the bad part of you, but just like almost like an external part of you versus more internal. Maybe those, what are those thoughts? Kind of like intrusive thoughts? Something in that kind of regard. Let's click these here really quick. Word terrorist replaced with the word maverick in live recordings due to 9/11. I can see that. That's what I would say about this track. It says it was released as the second American single in 2001. Music video was not made. However, live performance for the song was used as a music video to promote it, and US airplay 38 and mainstream rock at 34. That's what I would say this track is about. Just trying to handle them ghosts. Let me know what you guys thought, of course, of the track in the comments down below. Eric, thank you so much once again for the recommendation. I appreciate that. I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Please swing on back by again tomorrow, and I'll see you all later. Bye.